which is the lower part of your heart, and it's the main pumping chamber. So, and he put in his notes that I may need a BIV-ICD, which is a pacemaker and defibrillator. So he told me we had plans that next month to go to Disney with our grandbabies again, and I asked him, I said, can I go on the trip? He said, you can't travel. You can't. I said, what about if we flew? You can't do any traveling. And he said, we just flat, he talked to me, he said, we gotta have serious talk. He said, you really only have about 3 years to live. And he said, I'm gonna do everything I can to help you. And he said, it's either gonna help or there's gonna be nothing I can do for you. So I was having, if I got up off the couch just to go to the bathroom, because he's got me on all these fluid pills and all this medicine, so I live in the bathroom. And I would walk from the couch to the bathroom and my chest would squeeze and my heart would hurt and I couldn't breathe. I couldn't talk on the phone to my children. My kids got to where they didn't want to come because the grandbabies love their Shug, and it would put me in such a state. They're like, Mom, we don't want to kill you, come in to see you. So the other day I had my checkup with him, and he said, you went from going into stage 4 congestive heart failure to now you're stage 2. That he gave me back the breath of life. I'm so grateful that he gave me more time with my family and more time to do something with him. But I want to say this, you know, like, and we all have seasons of life. The Bible talks about the seasons. And we have the season of being the newborn babe and the teenager and the getting married and all that, and we have our final season where we're the grandparents and we're retired and we can't do much anymore. But you know, the spiritual life has seasons too.
Yes, it does.
We have the season of being the newborn babe in the Lord, and we're on the milk of His Word and we're learning. Then we get on the stake and we start doing things for God and we start working for His kingdom. And some of us have been pastors' wives, pastors. Some of us have been missionaries. Some of us have been Sunday school teachers. The ladies' leader, the one that helps decorate the church, the one that cleans the church. We've done all these things for God. But nobody talks about when you become the final season. Everyone, if you live for God for a long time, you're going to have the final season.
Amen.
The final season, maybe you've aged and you can't do all the things you used to do for God. Or maybe health-wise, you can't do the things you do for God. And you start thinking, what now, Lord? I'm sitting on the back pew. What can I do for you now? I can't do all those things I used to do for you. But you know what? There's not a season in your walk with God that you are not important.
Right.
You are important to God when you're that newborn babe. You're important to God when you're working and you're doing everything, and you're the singer, and you're the piano player, and you're doing whatever. And you're just as important when you are in that final season. We have a lot of people in here that are in their final season. But you know what? They got the repertoire of, you know what, you faced this battle? Oh, let me get this battle plan that I had, that I faced that battle. Let me tell you how God brought me through that battle. You know what? Let me tell you about, you facing a financial struggle? Let me tell you about when me and my husband started a church with just our family, and the air conditioner messed up in the church. We had our regular bills. We didn't need the power bill being sky high because the air conditioner messed up. We didn't have the money for that. And my husband laid it before the Lord and said, Lord, you sent us to do this work. How are we going to pay this power bill? We left out a service that day, went to the gas station, and one of his friends from high school that pastors the church too was asking him about, how is your church doing? All that. It's doing great. He pumps his gas, leaves, turns around and comes back up, calls Titus to the truck and says, hey, the Lord told me to give you this check. It was the exact amount of the power bill. There's a battle right there. You got another battle? Oh, you got a prayer that didn't get answered the way you thought it should be? Well, let me tell you about this. My husband and I had a wonderful accountant, and he moved. We had to switch accountants. That accountant messed up our taxes and said we owed the IRS $10,000. And we had to pay it. We requested an audit. Who requested an audit? We requested an audit. They came and we proved twice to them that we didn't owe the money, even after we paid. And we were thinking, Lord, you're going to do this. We proved it. We're going to owe this money. And the lady sat there and told us, we're not giving you the money back. Immediately, the devil got in my mind, see there, where's your God at? You've prayed, you've believed, you're not getting your money back. And I felt this overwhelming sense, just go crawl into bed, don't even get out of bed. But I said, no, but the lady sitting right there, I said, Lord, whether we get this money or not, you are God and you're still on the throne. And immediately, it was like a bomb exploded and that weight lifted off of me and joy took its place. So you can speak life into your situation. You got marriage trouble? Oh, let me tell you about this battle plan. My husband and I, in our first year of marriage, we split up for 3 months. I didn't want to talk to him. I didn't want to see him. I thought it was over. But we both kept praying and saying, Lord, you can fix this. And miraculously, God fixed it. And we celebrated 33 years of marriage in June. So, I'm going to say all of my fellow general, you know, the Bible talks about that we get in the final season. Daniel 2:21. And he changeth the times and the seasons.